Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Christmasful. It's so great to see you. My name is Sunny. I'm an elf, and look who's joining me today. It's Santa Claus. Hey, Santa.
Ho, ho. Hi, everybody.
Hello, Santa. Well, you know what? I usually play some music in the beginning. I'm doing some different things with today's show, but I do think we need a little bit of music. There we go. That seems a little bit better, doesn't it? Well, boys and girls, we're so glad that you're joining us today for Christmasful. This is a show that Santa and I do on Monday, Wednesdays, and usually Saturdays. Although this Saturday, we're actually not going to do it this Saturday. We're going to do it Sunday instead. And I'll remind you guys at the end of today's show because we don't want you to miss an episode of Christmasful. So this show is all about you guys. We want you guys to have fun this Christmas season. And we know this year, it looks a little bit different than other years, right, Santa?
Oh, that's right. A lot of things are different, especially below the Arctic Circle.
That's
The
right.
world seems like it's turned upside down.
Yeah, it certainly does. And we want to make it as normal as possible for boys and girls. And you guys might not be able to get out of the house as much as normal. Maybe some of the holiday activities you usually look forward to aren't going on this year. So we are bringing Santa to you guys. And that's what Christmasful is all about. And everything we do here at Christmasful is absolutely free. We never charge for anything because we want you guys to be happy and healthy this Christmas season, and we want you to have fun. So on that note, I want to make sure you guys know how you can watch Christmasful. And this is kind of a programming note for your mom and dad or grandma and grandpa, but if you could pass the word along, that would be great. So if you're watching us on Facebook, you can click a little reminder button, and that way, whenever we're live, you guys can find out about our live shows and make sure that you never miss an episode, right? It'll tell you when we're going live. And then we're also on YouTube. So right now we're broadcasting on Facebook and YouTube as well as Twitter, although I don't believe there's a way for Twitter to notify you. It would be great if you would follow us, and then you'll get those notifications as well. I know it'll work for Facebook and YouTube. We'll see about Twitter. And so that's how you can find out about Christmasful. But we also have a podcast, which Santa and I have been doing for the last couple years now. And that's been a lot of fun. Santa, do you want to tell them a little bit about Millennial Santa?
Yes. Millennial Santa started about 3 years ago when a young gentleman, Urbie, contacted the North Pole. And we got his phone call and his question, and we decided to answer his question. And then we decided that since we had KELF, our studio, that we would get together. I would get together with Sonny, and we would just have all the children give us their questions, and we try to answer them. And we do that from mid-November sometime all the way up to Christmas. So if you got a question, shoot it toward me.
Yeah. So you guys can record a question for Santa through our website at christmasful.com. If mom and dad say it's okay, of course. And we will play your question on our podcast, and then Santa gets a chance to answer it. So these are short little episodes, 3 to 5 minutes long. And like Santa says, they come out each day starting November 15th all the way through Christmas. And you can subscribe to our podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So that is definitely a lot of fun. We're always recording new episodes because there is a never-ending supply of questions from little kids, Santa. They have a lot of questions for you.
Oh, children are full of questions.
It's very true. All right. Well, Santa, it is time for our countdown to Christmas.
Tick tock, it's time to count down to Christmas.
15 days.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. My goodness.
How is that possible?
It is possible. Trust me. It's happening.
I know. Do you think we're going to be ready, Santa? I feel like it's always down to the wire to make sure we have everything ready to go.
We've been doing it for so many years. We got it planned out. It always seems the last minute there's always something that we forgot, something that we need to do. But, even today, going on up here at the North Pole, Mrs. Claus decided my library was looking a little gloom. So she put in a tree and lit it all up for me. And
I see it.
makes even this old dreary library of mine, really festive. That's nice. Mrs. Claus is always out decorating something. I always enjoy it because she changes things around, and there's always lights and tinsel going up all over the place. So, but yeah, things are moving right along up here. Today was comfortable outside. I'll say that.
Mhm.
And it's dark, but the reindeers got a chance to go out and do some exercises, and the elves took them out, and they're getting a good rub down right about now, and
Yeah.
they're getting all fed, and they'll be in for the night.
Maybe a
And
little bit spoiled, do you think? Little
no,
spoiled?
no, they're not spoiled. They're just well taken care of. We don't spoil the reindeer.
Okay.
Oh, every so often, one of the elves will give them a treat. They like a little graham cracker.
That's
So,
right.
so the elves will give them a little treat, especially if they didn't get bucked off or trampled on. And the elves feel they're pretty lucky.
Right?
Even myself taking the reindeer out sometimes. I've been knocked around by them and everything else. They can't help it a lot of times. Those antlers really reach out there, and sometimes it's hard for them to see which way they're pointing them.
That's true.
I suppose that's the best way to put it. So, yeah, things happen.
Until you're like, "Ooh, what was that?"
Yeah.
Poor little elves. Okay. Well, Santa, let's tell everyone what's coming up on today's episode of Christmasful. We have a Santa sing-along. We've done this a couple times on the show. But we have these cute little videos, and we have a new friend of ours we're going to show some videos from today. And they're such cute little animations. We've got 2 songs that we are going to do a little Santa sing-along with. So that's coming up. That's the first thing we'll do. And then we've got a meet and greet. So we have a team of brothers are joining us today. And so we're super excited to chat with them. That'll come up right after our sing-along. And then story time. So Urbie the Elf is joining us today. And he has got another elf book that he is going to read to us. And I have to tell you, the pictures with this book, it's just so beautiful. And so that'll be really fun. And then Santa, we have our Acts of Kindness segment, which I really like. Yeah, I really like this segment because it's all about little things that you can do, boys and girls, in order to be nice to somebody else. Little things that you can do, doesn't cost any money, but, something, we've talked in the past about just, sharing a smile, smiling at someone. It's all very, very simple things that you can do because it's not about how big the presents are underneath the Christmas tree, right, Santa? That's not what Christmas is
right.
about.
It's not about the presents. It's about being in the present. So keep that in mind. And it's far better to give than it is to receive.
Absolutely.
So those are 2 of my favorite slogans.
Yeah, me too. All right, Santa, are we ready for our Santa sing-along?
I'm ready. Da, da, da.
Well, here we go.
Da, da.
Cue the music.
La 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 la, let's sing a Christmas song.
All right, we've got 2 songs for you guys. This first one is Jingle Bells, and then I'll come back out to Santa and I will chit-chat for a little bit, and then we'll do our second one, which is Up on the Housetop. So here's Jingle Bells.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. In a one-horse open sleigh.
Hey, that was pretty good. I like that. And that is from our friends at the Learning Station. So, boys and girls, if you're looking for some really good music videos to sing along to, they have not just Christmas songs, but they do some of their own original stuff. And sometimes there's adults in there like doing little hand gestures so you can kind of get involved. And it's not just watching it, you can like start participating in these videos too. But yeah, so that was Jingle Bells. You guys up for one more? We'll do one more and then we'll continue on. This one is called Up on the Housetop, again from the Learning Station.
Up on the housetop, reindeer paws. Out jumps good old Santa Claus. Down through the chimney, lots of toys. All for little girls and boys. Who wouldn't go? Who wouldn't go? Up on the housetop, click, click, click. Down through the chimney with good Saint Nick. Up on the housetop, reindeer paws. Out jumps good old Santa Claus. Down through the chimney, lots of toys. All for little girls and boys. Who wouldn't go? Who wouldn't go? Up on the housetop, click, click, click. Down through the chimney with good Saint Nick. Up on the housetop, click, click, click. Up on the housetop, good Saint Nick.
All right, very good. That kind of looked a little bit like you, Santa. Ho, ho, ho. Who would know? Right? Kind of looks like you.
Kinda. I'll go with that.
Kind of. No, okay. All right. Roll with me, Santa. Roll with me. Okay. All right. Well, I don't want to keep our special guests waiting, Santa. So it is time for our meet and greet.
Got a question? Take a seat, Santa's here to meet and greet.
All right. Let's invite them on. Here is Harrison and Christopher. Hi, boys.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi,
you got your
Harrison.
little
Hi, Christopher.
elf. Do you see their little elf outfit? Oh, it looks so cute. I love it. How are you boys doing today?
Good.
Oh, well, I'm so glad you could
Yeah.
join us. I'm going to let you chat with Santa and I'm going to be back in a little bit. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, now how are you guys doing this year?
Good. Good.
Good. Are you studying at home?
Mm-hmm.
Doing at home. That's kind of rough, isn't it? Being stuck in the house all day long, isn't it?
Not really for me. Not really. For
Not
me.
really. No, not really. All right. So, have you started decorating for Christmas yet?
Kinda.
Kinda. All right. Well, you can see in the background, Mrs. Claus put up my Christmas tree today, and it looks really nice. It's all sparkly and the lights on it and everything. So,
There's a Christmas tree right there.
oh, okay. Do you have any questions for me? This is your chance now. You can talk to me one-on-one.
I have a couple too. Did any of your reindeer lose an eye?
Did any of my reindeer what?
Lose an eye?
Die?
No, lose an eye.
Rudolph?
No,
I
like,
can't.
eyeball?
What was that?
Like, did any of your reindeer lose an eyeball?
Lose my eyeball? Oh my
No, like,
goodness,
no,
no.
no. Hit a reindeer. A reindeer loses.
Losing the eyeball?
Yeah, did a reindeer?
Savannah,
No, we haven't had it.
and you want me to translate? I think I got this one. They want to know if any of the reindeers have ever lost an eyeball. Did they ever get injured or anything like that, Santa?
No, not really. No, we've had pretty good luck with that. Especially in the harsh weather, we put little blinders on them, and it kind of goes like this around their face,
I have a
around their
dog
head,
that
and it
is.
protects them.
I have a dog that's missing an eye though.
Is that right? Oh my goodness! But she can see real good out of the other one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, that's real good. Yeah, we haven't had any problems with that, but I have a sled dog that has one eye, and he's real good. He still gets up. He's strong, and he pulls the sled real well. So there's nothing. Even if you got one eye missing, you still got another one. And even if you had both eyes missing, that's not the end of the world. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
Because even dogs that have no sight, that are completely blind, usually will have other dogs that'll help them. And they'll help them around and make sure they don't bump into things. Dogs are pretty smart. They get along pretty good with, I have seen blind dogs. I've seen dogs with only 3 legs, and they can get up and run and everything. So a disability like that does not stop you from doing things. It just may slow you down a little bit, right? And your dog, it doesn't stop him, does it? Does he still go out and play with you and everything?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, he's doing good. So it doesn't hurt to lose things like that. You just find a way to work around it. And I think that's what your dog has done. He figured out how to use one eye and make it work for 2. So that's a good deal.
I have a question.
Okay.
How you eat all those cookies and how you don't get diabetes?
Well, I'll tell you.
I'm just saying that.
I know. No, you're serious. That's a good, serious question. And you really have to be careful, and yeah, it can happen real easy. I can get diabetes real easy. So I have to be careful. I have to limit myself to how, in other words, if you leave out a whole plate of cookies, I can only eat one, or maybe even a half of one. I usually try to eat one, but sometimes I only eat a half of one. And then I'm exercising all night long, so that helps. And then I also drink a lot of water too. I don't drink sodas. So I do drink hot chocolate though. That's almost as bad as cookies.
Okay, I have another question.
Go ahead.
How do the elves make toys?
Oh, they make toys all year long. And they make them. We got elves working 24 hours a day all year. As a matter of fact, after Christmas is over, we clean up everything, and then the first of the year we start making new toys all over again. It's an operation that goes all year long up here. There's no breaks. We just keep making them and making them and making them.
So like 24/7?
Yeah, we got shifts going all night long. Some elves work a day shift and then go to bed, and then there's elves that come in and work the night shift. So it's a constant, I'm not up all the time. I'm an old man. I got to get my rest every night. But, the elves take care of it. They do a lot of work. They work real hard at it. So it gets done. So, Christopher, any other questions?
I do.
Go ahead.
Um,
Go ahead, Harrison.
all those years?
What?
How do you survive all those years?
How do I survive all those years?
Yes.
Good living. I live at the North Pole, and it's a very, very healthy place to live. We don't have germs up here. We don't get colds up here. We're very, very strong up here. And since we're at the top of the world, time goes a lot different for us. So time actually slows down a lot for us up here at the North Pole than it does down below the Arctic Circle. So I live to be a long and healthy age, but I won't live forever.
I wonder how old are you? Oh, that's really good.
What was that?
How old are you?
How old am I? I am very, very old. I stopped counting about 100 years ago.
How old is your
What?
how old is your reindeer? Or one
My
of
reindeer? The reindeer live to a nice ripe old age, just like all of us up here. But eventually everybody dies.
them?
And we have new reindeer come in when they get too old or, everything like that. So, Rudolph has been with us for a long time now. He's been with us for, I would probably say about 70 and 20, about 90 years, probably almost 100 years now.
Well, I know the movie came out in, I think, 1964.
Well, now, see, this is one of the things. You watch movies. You do understand that movies aren't true.
Yeah. Some of them.
Movies aren't real. It's just like the internet. Everything you see on the internet's not real. Okay? Some things are, some things aren't. You have to make those decisions yourself. So, have you decided what you wanted for Christmas yet?
Yes.
What's that?
Because you already know.
I already know. You sent me a letter already. Is that right?
No. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you can always send me a letter, or you can always give your mother a letter to me. To China? Yeah, well, it may get to me or it may not get to me if you send it to China. You send it to the North Pole. That's my address, okay?
You give it to the elf.
Yeah, and you can give it to your elf. That's another way of doing it. Or you can give it to your parents, and they'll make sure I get it.
Yeah. It takes like 20 days.
What was that?
I just gave it to you because, when you go in there, you could drop off it.
You can drop it off. Yeah, you could. You could.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah. Okay. Now, have you decided what presents you're going to get your mother and father? Well, that's good. That's a good thing. To keep that in mind, okay? You don't have to tell me now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to tell me now. I'll know about it when it happens, okay? All right. Any other questions for me?
I wonder if what is it again? I forgot.
You forgot?
Yeah, I forgot.
I thought I was the only one that kept forgetting. Mrs. Claus says I forget things all the time. That's why she's here to remind me.
You don't forget everything. You don't.
What was that? Yeah.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
How much stuff do you have?
How much stuff do I have?
You know what
I don't have a lot of stuff. Why?
then I see your Christmas tree and lots of books.
You see the books?
Yeah.
I like books. I like to read books. How many books do you have?
A lot.
Well, good. Do you read them often?
Yeah. Every night.
Yeah, reading is good for you. It's also nice to have your parents read you a story too, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
All
okay.
right. Well, boys, why don't we take a little picture? I'm going to do a little screenshot so you guys have this moment with Santa. So go ahead and get together, and everybody needs to smile. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yay! Good job, boys. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Harrison and Christopher. It was so good to see you. And I'm glad you got a chance to spend some time with Santa. Merry Christmas. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
All right. Bye, boys.
Oh, hi. Well, I just got a note from Robbie up here, and Robbie says, I wish I could go live together sometime. Well, Robbie, you just need to get a hold of Christmasful.com.
Yeah.
And we can get you all set up in that.
Yeah.
And that's a good way to do it there. And I was just trying to think here. You got Hi Pete, yeah, Christmasful, and Dwayne.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, how long did it take you to grow your beard? Well, it's a constant thing. Beard's like your hair, and you constantly have to take care of it. You have to moisturize it. You have to clean it. You have to wash it. But usually it takes anywhere from about a year or so to get it going. I've had mine for longer than most people have been around. So it's been on a long time. It doesn't take all that long to grow it, but you got to maintain it. That's the big thing.
I think
It's
we
like
did an
your hair.
episode. Santa, didn't we do an episode of Millennial Santa on that? Where we talked about how you groom your beard. I think, boys and girls, if you go back and you look at some of those episodes.
Yeah, maybe. I may have. Yeah. Somebody asked
did
one
a
time
whole one.
before.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a good question.
I
Very
think-
good question.
I think it was probably not so much a child, but some young man wanted to know how he could get a beard as beautiful as mine.
That's right. Maybe he was a little bit jealous. You wanted to know your secret, Santa.
My secrets.
All right, that was fun. Well, boys and girls, keep those questions coming. We'll go back and we'll keep bringing in those comments as you guys post them. So keep them coming. In the meantime, Santa, we have our next segment, which is story time.
Turn the pages.
Wow, I always enjoy that.
Time for you and me.
Yay, story time. So we have Urbie the Elf is going to be joining us. Let's go ahead and add Urbie the Elf. There he is. Hello, Urbie.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi,
how are
Urbie.
you
Well, I'm
doing?
going to sit back and enjoy your story.
That's right. You've got a good story for us, Urbie. In fact, let's go ahead and show everybody the cover so they know what book we're going to talk about today. Urbie, what's the name of the book?
How to Catch an Elf.
Okay.
Wow.
And then up there on the screen, you guys can see the names of the authors there, Adam Wallace and Andy Elkerton. And this is a pretty popular book. I see a lot of people reading this. There's a lot of videos on YouTube of people reading this book. And so we thought we would read it today here on Christmasful. And Urbie, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you take it away. I'm going to let you read. We have some pictures of the book that I'm going to show boys and girls out there as you're reading the book. And Santa and I will be back when you're done, okay?
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay. How to Catch an Elf. It's Christmas Eve. Hip, hip, hooray. The Santa's coming round. He's bringing toys to girls and boys in every house in town. Some kids have tried to catch him, but Santa's fast, you see. So they set their eyes on a smaller prize, and now they're after me. I'm not my friend upon a shelf, who comes every year and sits. No, I've got style and I got grace. I'm the elf that never quits. Now Santa's ready, time to go. I'm sure your traps are scary. I'll do my best to dodge them all. I'll leave you feeling merry. In I go to Emma's house to make sure all is clear. A tinsel net? Oh, that's just fun. I won't get caught in here. Jane's trap cannot be missed. I think it's double-sided. He's got a spot on my naughty list. You bet that's been decided. Another house is filled with treats. These kids are getting smarter. I can't resist the candy canes. My job is getting harder. Santa slowly lowers me into a dangerous room. If I touch down, he won't just frown. There'll be a bomb boom. Your Christmas maze is all laid out. My work's no longer cushy. I safely brought you all your gifts. But hey, you zapped my tushy. And on my radar's perking up. This next one's quite a chore. We don't know yet what lies ahead in this family grocery store. We run inside and get caught up in an avalanche of food. We see all kinds of traps before, but not to this magnitude. The dinner cannon burps and spits and shoots out ham and gravy, and then it falls with dessert. Please, Santa, will you save me? We tumble down the waterfall above the eggnog river, but Santa and I are an awesome team. Together we deliver. And now it's time for us to leave. Our night is nearly done. You tried your best this Christmas Eve, so Merry Christmas, everyone. And that's it.
Aw. Nice job, Urbie. So good.
Good job, Urbie.
Thank you.
This book was a little bit different, and we had the pages that were on both sides. You guys see how pretty those illustrations were? And then, Urbie, as you were reading, I noticed the the illustrations, the images were covering your face. But hey, we could hear you. You sounded great. And that was a fun story. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job, Urbie. You do good work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, he knows a lot about being an elf, right? So he likes those elf
That's right.
books.
Give him extra candy canes.
Extra candy canes. You have to stop by and see Mrs. Claus, Urbie the Elf, because she passes out those yummy candy canes. So you can treat yourself to an extra one for being so good on our show. All right, Urbie. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Bye-bye, Urbie.
Oops. All right, Santa. Well, we're down to our last segment that we're going to do. And this one's a good one. I mentioned it off the top of the show, but this is one of my favorites because it's got a really good kind of moral to everything. And that is acts of kindness.
Be kind, be fair, and share. This is how you show you care.
All right. So, boys and girls, as we mentioned at the top of today's show, there are little things that you can do to help brighten someone's day, to make them feel good. And it doesn't have to cost any money because we know, sometimes it's hard to get money, to be able to do things for people, but you're not really expected to do that, right? You're a little boy, little girl, and there are really nice things that you can do around your home. And so that's what this segment is all about. We want to be doing nice things for people, not just at Christmas time, but throughout the year. But I think sometimes, Santa, during Christmas is when we're reminded that we should be doing these things throughout the year, right?
Well, yes, at Christmas time, there's so much, I would say, stress and people worrying about things and shopping and all those other things. So adults really worry a lot more than children at Christmas time, I think. I've noticed this in the past. So it's far better for the children to do nicer things at Christmas time to help out their parents, to
Yeah.
help out other people, older people, even maybe grandpa and grandma, and to help them out a little bit. Those are nicer things because older people really kind of stress out during the holiday season. And that's not good. I mean, they shouldn't. Everybody should enjoy Christmas season. It's a time of love, joy, and hope. So,
Yeah.
children, do kind things.
Right. And when you do those things, I mean, like I said, it doesn't have to be, something really big. It can be just a small gesture of something that you do, and you can really make someone's day better. So we're going to give you 3 ideas of things that you can do. Again, this doesn't cost any money, but it does take a little bit of effort on your part, but we know that you can do it. Okay. The first one, Santa, leave someone a kind note.
Oh, that is fantastic. Yes, write a nice note, draw a picture. Those are great things. People love that. And a little note with a kind picture on it will make my day. I love it. I
Yeah.
love when I get pictures and stuff from children, and it does. It's really nice. You wouldn't believe it how much it really means to a person to get those things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially when they're not expecting it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've had that happen a couple times, even here at KELF, which is where we're broadcasting
Mhm.
from. These are studios here at the North Pole. And, sometimes people just leave a kind little note. And like you said, a little picture, because elves love to draw pictures. I don't know if you
That's
guys
right.
know that or not, but we love to draw pictures. Even if we're not that good at drawing, we still like to draw pictures for each other. And sometimes that'll just be like on my desk here when I come in the morning, and I'm getting ready to do Christmasful. That'll just be a nice little note. And so that just means the world. So that's the first idea that we have for you, boys and
It's a good
girls.
idea.
A
It's a
good
very
one.
good idea.
Here's another good one. Let someone go ahead of you. So this is assuming that you're in line for something or you're waiting for something. And especially if you notice that someone else is in a hurry, it's really nice to, I know, you want to get whatever you're doing, you want to get that done as quickly as possible. I understand. But if you just take a couple extra minutes, let someone, especially if they seem really frazzled, like upset about something, or like I said, they're in a hurry or something like that, just let them go in front of you. It'll probably only take an extra couple minutes for you to wait. And that can go a long ways, right, Santa?
It is. It's called courtesy.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of that needs to be in the world today. And Sonny's right. I mean, if you're out there and you're waiting in line and somebody comes in, I mean, I have been sometimes out at the grocery store. I go below the Arctic Circle every so often, go about grocery shopping, especially if I want some extra different cookies or tamales. So
Tamales.
tamales, yes. Anyway, I will go grocery shop and I'll be sitting in line, and you know how lines are in the grocery store. They're long. And then I see a little old lady that all she has is maybe, a small thing of milk and maybe some donuts or some bread, So, you let her go first. Let somebody cut in on you.
Mhm.
Give them, especially if they don't have a lot. Now, I'm not talking about, the mom that's got 2 big baskets full of groceries. I'd be nice to her, and help her maybe, but I don't know if I'd let her go first anyway. But anyway, but it's nice. I know adults that do that below the Arctic Circle that are driving in the cars, and they'll see somebody try to get out of a parking spot. Just stop, let them
Mhm.
get out,
Yep.
and it's always nice. And I call it courtesy. You can use it in a lot of different ways, but it's just being nice to other people.
Yeah.
And that's really good. And little things really make a big difference. You'd be surprised. You do a little bit of courtesy for one person, and it may make their whole day.
And
So
one thing that I've noticed too is when you do something nice for someone, a lot of times even if it's just for a couple seconds, they'll think about how they can pay it forward,
Hmm.
meaning how can they pass this along to someone else? What can they do? So it starts a good snowball effect of,
Right.
someone did something nice for me, so I want to do something nice for somebody else.
Right.
And that's a good thing to repeat, right? Because then the more
It
people
is.
are
It is.
impacted.
And there's little things. It's like opening the door for somebody.
Yeah,
You know, I mean, it's a common courtesy, but it's not something that's done all the time.
right.
And that can make a big difference for people. Of course, a lot of doors are automatic, so,
There's
but
still
then
some
again, you could,
manual ones out
yeah,
there.
but then again, you could always go up to the door and step in front of it so it opens anyway and then lets the person in,
There you
you
go.
know.
There you
There you go.
go.
You can do all kinds of things.
Well, here's another one that I really like, Santa, especially boys and girls. Every day, mom and dad getting dinner ready. You can help your parents make dinner. And maybe you can't do the cooking side of stuff, okay? You might be too little to do some of that. Maybe it's setting the table. Maybe it's just helping your mom or dad if they say, hey, do you know where this ingredient is? Or can you get a bowl for me or an extra spoon? Anything that you can do for these little tasks that mom and dad have to do, day in, day out. It's just helpful when, you're willing to pitch in and help a little bit.
It is. It's also nice after dinner.
Mm,
Sometimes it's nice after dinner to help pick up the plates and the cups and the saucers and the silverware, and maybe even volunteer to do the dishes
yeah.
or load the dishwasher, or something like that. Little things. It's just little things that won't take much of your time, but it may mean a whole lot to your parents, and that's what's
Yeah,
important. They remember these things. They really do. And it means a whole lot when you do those little acts of kindness
that's
to
right.
people, and especially your parents, especially now when most of the children around, and I know it's below the Arctic Circle. I know in North America it's really bad, even in Central America. And in Europe, a lot of children just aren't going to school. So where are they at? They're at home.
Yeah.
And it's you got a lot of people in that house at the same time. So you need to do little acts of kindness to make it more enjoyable for everybody.
Yep.
I mean, it's like that up here at the North Pole. We got elves and Santa and Mrs. Claus running around, and everybody up here does little acts of kindness, just little things sometimes.
Yeah.
But it means a lot to all of us because it makes our days happier and it makes our days easier. And it's just like Mrs. Claus decorating and putting my tree up.
Yeah.
I was happy in the library without a tree, really.
But it
But,
looks so
you know,
pretty.
that's just me. I mean, I sit there in my office a lot of time, but she puts it up, and that was a little act of kindness because it cheers me up. And now I look at it and I smile and I think of
Hmm.
Mrs. Claus and the bright lights and everything. And so it makes my day. So, yeah, little things
Yeah.
really matter for everybody.
Yeah. Well, boys and girls, if you have done something nice for somebody and you want to share it with us, we'd be happy to share it on Christmasful. Maybe it'll give someone else an idea of something nice that they could do. So if your mom and dad say it's okay, you can go to our website, which is christmasful.com. And there is a little section there called Santa Mail. So any kind of mail you want to send Santa, you just click on that little link. You can tell us a little bit about your story. And I promise if we start to get those, I'll start to read those on the show because we really do think that it's important and we want to share
Oh, yeah.
the nice things that you guys are doing for one another.
It's important for us to hear everybody.
Yeah,
So I really encourage you if you have something that you want to ask,
yeah,
something you want to tell us, maybe even a little suggestion. That is, would be really, really nice. We look forward to it.
yeah. Well, Santa, I think that pretty much wraps things up a little bit. So we had another great episode of Christmasful. We're certainly glad that you guys joined us. And let's see. Well, I do want to tell you guys about how to be notified about Christmasful because we don't want you to miss a single episode. I said something off the top of the show, but Once again, I just want to remind you guys can get notifications for Christmasful. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter Monday, Wednesdays, and usually Saturdays, but that's going to change a little bit this week. I'll tell you about that in a second. But if you click those reminder buttons, if you subscribe to our content, then you'll be notified each time we're live. And if you can't get enough of Christmasful, because I know that's only 3 days a week and you may just want more Santa, you can do that through our podcast. It's called Millennial Santa. As Santa mentioned at the beginning of the show, we've been doing this for a few years, and each episode features a different question that you guys are asking Santa. So they're short episodes, about 3 to 5 minutes long, and you can subscribe on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We have new episodes coming out every day. So 1 new episode a day. We started this in November, and we're going all the way through Christmas Day. And then you can listen to those throughout the year, though. It doesn't have to be Christmas. You can listen to Santa if it's July, right, Santa?
That's right.
Doesn't
It's
matter.
meaningful sometimes. It's something to listen to while you're on the beach.
There you go. And I also want to remind you guys how you can connect with us in some different ways. So on Facebook and Twitter, we're Christmasful. On Instagram, we're Christmasfully. And so we always take some screenshots of some of the stuff we're working on and pictures, and we like to post them on our different social media platforms. So if you want to connect with us, you can do that as well. All right, Sandy, you want to say bye to everybody?
Well, I want to wish everybody a happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, if you don't get a hold of us again. And I do want everybody to remember, please keep the spirit of Christmas in your hearts throughout the year, and have a very merry day tomorrow.
All right. Merry Christmas, everybody. Now we're going to see you back here, not Saturday. That's our programming note. We're actually going to be back here on Sunday. Okay. And you can always check the website at christmasful.com for more information, but we'll see you back here on Sunday. Have a good day, everyone.
Bye-bye.